Let's go over corrective wave on J signal so you understand how to trade this. All right. These are motive waves. Motive waves are with 5-minute trend with J signal. Okay, because the 5-minute moving averages are down. All right. We have exact bar trading rules for traders like Elena that are new, that don't understand how to trade J signal. Let me explain it to you in very simple terms. There's 2 wave patterns on J signal. There's a corrective wave and a motive wave. Motive waves are with 5-minute trend. Now, you can put the 5-minute trend filter. It's built into J signal on your own Ninja charts. You can put it on this chart. I elect to leave it off on the 3-sim because I have it right here beside of my black charts. But you can put it on the 3-sim if you want. Okay? You can see the moving averages are down. So shorts only unless you break back inside a market profile. Here's a hard rule. There's 2 wave patterns that you trade with J signal. Okay? Very simple to understand how to trade this. Okay? There's a motive wave and a corrective wave. A motive wave is always a 5-minute trend. A corrective wave, which I went over, if you want to go over my 2 last videos, I go over on a corrective wave. I went over this exact trade about 45 minutes on the last J signal conference call for you J signal leasees. I went over this exact trade. I exactly told you how to buy and sell off the session lows. I said my best corrective wave is off the session lows, and it's going to stop between 62 to 76.4%. Here's 62 to 76.4%, and you got the J signal that stopped right on it. The best corrective wave, let me explain it again, will be off session lows, session highs. J signal is notorious for calling these signals right off the session low or session high off all markets. I don't care if it's a Russell 2000, NASDAQ futures, the Dow minis, oil, gold, it doesn't matter what it is, okay? It did it again. If you get back inside a low value area, that creates strength. When it creates strength, you look for the first J signal long. There it is, right at my zone too. So the best way to take a corrective wave, right, or the only way you're allowed to take a corrective wave with J signal, you must get back inside a market profile. You must get back inside a market profile, okay? The sessions I'm calling after midnight, not at 6 p.m. the night before, John. Okay? You're going to see hundreds and hundreds of trades like this where J signal will call the session when it comes off a session high or session low, and you get back inside of LVA, HVA, that's the time to look for it. Now, if it would have broke back below LVA, that would have been called a motive wave. So a motive wave would have been this. Let's say J signal wouldn't have got us in, right? And it broke back below LVA. That's okay. Because now you're with 5-minute trend and you look for a J signal ABC short. But the corrective wave has to have one characteristic. It must break back inside of low value area for a long. It must break back inside of HVA for a what? It must break outside of HVA for, let me break it back inside, for a corrective wave short. It must break back inside for a corrective wave long. Now, if it's at a session low, which it was since midnight, there's your session low, right? And J signal called off the low here. All right, when you come off the session low, you got to get back inside a market profile. If you're here, if you're outside a market profile and I get a long over here, let's say, for example, you can't take it long. If you're below low value area and I would have got a long signal, you're not allowed to take it long. The only way you can take a corrective wave or a counter trend trade in this room with J signal is if you get back inside of LVA or if you're outside of HVA and get back inside of HVA. Are we all clear on that now on the corrective waves? It should be very clear in a corrective wave because you can't take a corrective wave unless you get back inside of LVA or HVA. All right, hand me a Y if you understand. Everybody on the same page? You have to get back inside of low value or HVA or LVA. You have to do it. You're not allowed to take any corrective waves unless you get back inside right there. You have to get back inside of it because it's showing strength. You can't catch a falling knife or jump in front of a runaway train unless you get back inside a low value area. Okay? Very, very simple rule. So that's how you trade corrective waves. Motive waves will be easy. They'll be with 5-minute trend. You'll break LVA. They'll retest. You're good to go. You'll know it's a session low right here since midnight. I don't count 6 p.m. the night before as a session low. Midnight. You know you're at the low from midnight right here, John. You see? You're at the lowest low right there. You're at the lowest low from midnight. So you'll have to get back inside of LVA, which you did. It got back inside here, right? And you'll look for the first J signal long, and that will be your corrective wave. Now, a motive wave would be what? A motive wave would have to get back below low value area, and then you look for an ABC short. So there's two waves. There's a corrective wave and a motive wave. The best corrective waves, I went over a 45-minute video just on this exact trade to the exact bar. We know the exact bar is right there. Okay? Right here. That's your exact bar to enter. Right where the triangle fires. And it went right in my zone. We have almost 600 traders that trade off of a blank chart just off of the zone trading, off my ebook, right? On Trading News. And it stopped right in my zone. So if you get a zone trade, which is 62 to 76.4% off the session low, and J signal fires, you got yourself one hell of a corrective wave. That's why you can take the trade. All right? So there's a corrective wave and there's a motive wave. Corrective wave is against 5-minute trend, but you're not allowed to take any corrective waves unless you get back inside of LVA. Or if you're above HVA, get outside. Now yesterday, we had a huge explosion at 10:30, right? 10:30, crude oil released inventories, and it was a break outside of HVA, which is a motive wave, and it went straight up. If you remember yesterday, my market profile broke right here. It was gorgeous. Right there. My market profile broke right there outside of HVA. Right here broke. HVA was here, right? We broke out and we got the J signals that propelled us to the upside. We had all these J signals that propelled us to the upside. That was a motive wave, and then she just cranked. She cranked from 54 all the way up, right? There's a 100-tick move off of the exact bar entry off of a motive wave. Well, this is a corrective wave. But you must get back inside of LVA if you're going to take a counter move against a 5-minute trend. The 5-minute trend is composed of these two moving averages. Or you can overlay it. We have a filter built into J signal. Okay? That's called a corrective wave. The best corrective waves are at session lows and session highs. You're going to see this in all markets. J signal should fire. Now, if it would have gave a big red triangle here and never gave us an entry, then it would not have been a trade. But you get back inside of LVA, you retest, that's a corrective wave. Okay? We have a lot of videos that explain that if you want to review them. The last two videos I did, I go this exact setup to the exact bar, how to get into it.